Welcome back to the shop. My name is Doug, and I found one, but it doesn't fit my machine. This is a vertical head for a K&T, the larger size body, one size larger than mine, like what Keith Rucker has. I sent Keith a message, basically, I'm not going to keep it. I saved it from the scrapyard. This was literally in the pile to go into the roll-offs. DJ from Foxburg Fabric Oven sent me a message with a Craigslist ad on a few other things, I went to go look at, and I did buy some other stuff, but I damn near tripped over this. I probably walked by it maybe 10 times and didn't see it, and then I saw this egg-shaped cone sticking out somewhere and grabbed it out. But I bought it. I paid some money for it. But even though it was still going to scrap, they didn't care. It was sell it or scrap it. But anyways, I contacted Ron Grundy, the gentleman that retired from K&T. I gave him the serial number. He says it's late 50s. I haven't heard back from a definite, but it's a late 50s machine. And I'll bring you in here and show you here in a minute. But he sent me a picture of all the his literature that he has, and this is a number 8 heavy swivel head. Now I don't know if I can get this in there or not. Probably just have to freeze frame or something like that for all the models. So this will fit a buttload of these machines except the 2H, which I'm bummed. But anyways, I don't care. I mean, I do care that it fits. I was really kind of upset that it doesn't fit, but I still saved it. Maybe somebody else has a bigger K&T. Hold on a minute. I gotta switch my screen around. Okay, that is, my column is about 10.5-ish inches across there, and this is 12-inch in the dovetails, so no go. There's the 87867 is a model number, Kearney and Trecker Corporation, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA. It is a 50 taper, and it turns pretty good. I mean, it's a little tough. I mean, it's been sitting for years, so it's gonna need the grease chased out of it or taken apart and cleaned. So the kid that I was dealing with said it had been sitting in there for years. So there was no drill bar, so it'll take the 1-inch drill bar for the 50 taper. It does have the hanger mount. And another bad thing, there was no gear with it. He said if it had a gear, it was probably thrown away a long time ago, because this place doesn't keep too much tooling or any small stuff, because it just accumulates in boxes. He said there's a chance it still could be there, but you'd have to go through all the wooden crates and everything that are there to find it, and it would take days to go through everything that was there. I mean, I did look in the area I found this but he said it had been moved from where it was. I asked him where it was at, and then I kind of went back to that area and looked around, but there wasn't too many boxes because all the crates had been moved around, getting ready to dump them all into trash dumpsters. So, I mean, it's, you know, I feel good that I kept it for somebody else, but what I want to do is I'd like to trade somebody that I would like to trade for a head for mine, because maybe somebody's looking for this, but they found one for the 2H. You know, I mean, it could happen. I mean, it happened here. You know, I took a chance. I didn't know the measurement here for sure, but you know, I wasn't going to let it go in the scrap. So I did buy it with maybe it might be the right one, and then I'd have to come up with a gear. But people are making gears for them now, so that's not that difficult. I didn't loosen any of the bowls, see how well it turns. You know, I did have to put a crescent wrench on here to give it a little ooga-dooga, you know, to get it to turn, and it turns fine, but I think it just needs to come apart and get cleaned. But it does have the hanger. Now I'll get it hooked to my chain hoist. I'll pick it up. This thing probably weighs 250, 300 pounds probably, is my guess. And with it hanging here in front of my mill, it's almost as big as my mill. I mean, it really is. I mean, I wouldn't have much table travel if it did fit, if I could get it to fit, you know. I think my overarms are, I think 3 5/8 ish, around there, on diameter, and the ones in here, the whole, you know, where the bars go, are closer to 4. But I'll check all that for sure if somebody's interested in it, you know, give them information. But it is a number 8, and you can look up on the internet what this head will fit. So, all right, I'll get it picked up, bring it back, show you the gear and the guts on what's on the other side of that. Okay, here's the back of it. I just cleaned off the gear. It is 35 tooth. There's a number on it right there, 2165 it looks like. Do any more rubbing, it'll come off. It's like like a part number stamp or something. I don't know what it is, but it looks like 2165. It looks like it's been done in ink of some sort. I rubbed on it a little bit and it started getting light, so I stopped. But yeah, 35 teeth, and the gear is maybe 1.5 inches thick. And then across the dovetails, which you can't probably see, about 12 inch. It's like 12 1/8. So I don't know what the size of the column is on the bigger machines. Measuring mine real quick, and it's 10 1/2. So I imagine what would fit mine would be would probably measure close to 11, just so it slips on. I actually know, because these actually slide in, so those come in a little when they get, yeah, okay, 11 1/2. Mine's 10 1/2, and this is 11 1/2, with the brackets pushed all the way in both ways to close up the dovetail. So that's 11 1/2. So that just misses mine by 1/2 inch on each side. I just wonder if the gear would even mesh with my spindle or not, honestly. you know, and only have to make new locking clamps for the column, because my overarms will fit in there, and they really don't do much. I mean, your overarms probably don't even have to be in it, honestly, because you only got so far to, they got these little bump stops up here that your overarms would come up against. And you're only in there, not barely an inch. You know, so so I imagine that it's more dependent on the dovetails holding it on than anything. So I just don't know what from the mount to where my spindle is, where that would go. I think it would be too high, really. I don't know how big the gear is. So I figure center there, it's about 11 inches. Yeah, it would be sticking up higher than what my column is. But like I said, I'd rather, if somebody comes across one, let me know. I'm willing to trade shipping, you know, something like that. If you find one or have one that'll fit my 2H, I really would like to have one. And, you know, I've had a couple people ask, well, how much do you want for it? And I said, well, I'd rather trade. I mean, there's a chance that somebody could have picked one up and it doesn't fit their mill and it fits mine, but you know, hell, they could have sold it by now or whatever, maybe hung on to it like me, that's maybe willing to trade somebody that needs this head and I need the other head. Alright guys, I'll end this here and I'll keep this video up as a for sale item, and then and if it's not for sale or gone, I'll take the video down. So if the video is up, it's still for sale or it's for trade.